Hi all. Welcome to Born Without Boundaries. I gotta raise this up. I know I'm a few minutes late. I was on the phone with my son. Hold on. Little camera camera stuff coming up. Okay. Actually, let's do this. Yep. That was expected. Should have been expected. Okay. All right. Woohoo! Finally. Let's put hey guys, thank you for joining. I hate that I never know where to look. Where am I supposed to look? Like where's is the camera rotated the wrong way? I think so. There. That makes more sense. For all of you who jumped on and are here with me, what's good? What's good? What's good? Hey Amber. Thanks for being on, everybody. I appreciate it. Trying to put the lips on. I have such small lips that it's like it's essential that I get something on them. Okay, so this is the daily tarot card reading, and you guys all know this is a general energy readings, but it's for all signs. It's energy to help get you through your day, make your day most successful, tap into the energies around, get some predictions about what you're going to be dealing with, what you're going to face, how to make your day most successful and productive. And it's for everybody. So let's just shoot the shit, talk to each other for a while, make our days better. Hey, I'm sorry if I can't say your name. I can't really see sometimes, but we've got 222 on right now. So that's a good way to start the day. So brief announcement. I know that I announced that this Saturday I would be doing the full moon party, the moon messages. But let me say this. It might work out better for me to combine it with the live on Monday the 14th, because the full moon is on Thursday. Now that is a full moon that's coming up. Full moon is coming up in Virgo, which should be a really interesting full moon. So we'll talk about that a little bit later. Let's go over where the moon is today. The moon starts off today, Monday the 7th, in Taurus. So that's a beautiful place for the moon. The moon is exalted in Taurus. So all the best aspects of the moon are really going to kind of, radiate out. They're the nurturing the moon does, the growth that the moon helps to encourage, the light in the dark that the moon is, the understanding of psychic connections. In other words, illumination of the truths inside yourself in a way that you can comprehend and understand. I would not be surprised if you get dreams, guidance dreams, signs, symbols, if you start to feel them all around you. The moon is just in a really secure, happy place. So emotionally, there should be a lot of the emotional reaction to moon in Taurus is stability. It's happiness. It's contentment. So if you found the next couple of days being easy to, I'm not saying be elated or happy, but easier to modulate your emotions and to feel comfortable with them and to feel, to be able to grasp them, touch them, tackle them, and just to feel like they're under your command. That's because the moon is in Taurus and it feels really stable there. It's a really wonderful place for the moon to be. Today is Labor Day, so I didn't even realize that. I have had a lot going on, but I fell out. Labor Day and Labor Day in Canada, spelled with O-U-R instead of just O-R. Okay? I mean, it is what it is. The color of the day is white, and what a beautiful kind of illuminating, clean palette wherever the day wants to take you, kind of color to have. Start off the day. It is a day for planting. So, as in starting something new, contributing to something so that it grows later. Um, all kinds of things like that. I am going to be looking into taking some action in terms of volunteer prospects for what's going on in San Diego. San Diego's pretty much on fire. There's been fires for the past week. For the past over the past weekend, I got essentially I got ashed on every time I went to the beach because there has been ashes falling from the fires that have just kind of swept. They're in lower San Diego, kind of out east a little bit, closer to where the forests are. And it's just sort of exploding natural brush fires, but thousands of acres burned, and I think thousands of people without power, and maybe without houses, which would be horrendous. But I mean, this seems to be the burning season, which is heartbreaking. And I would like, if any of you guys know of any opportunities to help, I guess I'm going to Google it later too, because I mean, clearly I'm not a firefighter, but I'm sure there's always opportunities to contribute. So it just was so sad the other day as I'm driving home, and had spent a lovely day on the beach, and had seen a little gray leaf. It was a white gray leaf that fell in front of me. I could tell that it was a leaf, but it was the ash of the leaf. It was the remnant of the leaf that had literally just fallen from the sky. And as soon as I touched it, I kind of, the firefighters need water. Oh, you mean like to be delivered to them? Like as in bottled water, Amber? Because that could be interesting. I'm happy to help and donate that too. That's a good idea. Is that what you mean? Okay. So do you know of any specific locations where they want water delivered? Because I'm happy to bring over like 10 cases today. Hi, Cheryl. So, hey, Jackie. So, I mean, I'm happy to bring over like 10 cases today. Thank you, Amber. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm just like I can't do a lot, but I want to do something because it hurts my heart. It hurts my heart. And I know that it's natural, and let's talk a little bit about that, how nature is brutal and it's destructive, as well as it is beautiful and like creative. You know, I mean, it's you've got to have both, and I understand that completely. Hey, Jolene. Hey, Cheryl. Hey, guys. I know that you have to have both, and it's important to remember that aspect, and not to demonize what's happening. However, if there is something I can do to help, then I will absolutely do it. I mean, certainly, I'm not going to stop the fires, but I can help the people who are out there trying to minimize the damage. You know, stopping the fires, I don't think is humanly possible. But hey, Debbie, doing something. Yes, places to drop off fire. Okay, usually Facebook page. Okay, all right. Thank you so much, Deb. And Amber's going to send me over that information too. So that's awesome. I'm more than happy to drop off waters to them, because I know they need it. I know they need it. That I know, but it is. Oh my God, it is, of course. And I mean, I think what we try to do is minimize the human impact, right? We try to help each other get through it by minimizing the impact of the fires. Certainly trying to evacuate people, get people out. I have a local group out of San Diego. Thanks, Amber. So, I mean, it's just because I'm close, and if I can do something, I would love to. Yeah. So this is it, man. This is destruction and rebirth, and it was just such an interesting moment when I saw that leaf fall in front of me. It was an interesting moment. It was the reality, but also the kind of just the realistic beauty of it all. Not beauty that people are getting, that the houses are burning, but that this is the ebb and flow of life, and that leaf was still perfectly looked like the leaf, but it was the ash of the leaf that had stayed together until I touched it and it crumbled. And it was just a recognition of the ending of something, maintaining some semblance of beauty, just in its reality. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if that was a meaning or just a lesson, and I feel like it was more of a lesson. So I'm trying to grapple that emotionally, and I am appreciative of this moon being in Taurus, because it's helpful. It's helpful to keep me balanced and stable. You know that I'm a Cancerian, very impacted by the moon, and that my moon is in Cancer too. So I feel like, oh wow, that finally worked. My moon is in Cancer too, so I feel like I kind of jump between the different attributes of the zodiac signs every time that moon shifts every 2.5 days. So I like that it's here now, and I want to do everything I can to help. Let's get into the reading. I use my Talisman and Cauldron deck. It is always new and ready for you guys. I cleanse it with sound cleansing. So I take my sound bowl. When I mean sound cleansing, I take my singing bowl and I tap. And you can feel the vibrations. Like now that I'm holding it, I can feel the vibrations in my hand. And what's interesting about vibrations is they travel like waves. So they can be sent. Normally, I leave it right in the center of the cards, and I'll cleanse it with the tune, two tones, a lower one and a higher one. Now, a singing bowl, usually you would trace around the outside to keep the vibrations going, but I just cleanse it with the ringing of the bell. Ringing of the bell has been used for years to cleanse energy. It's why we have bells at the top of church steeples. It helps to cleanse energy. Always has. Sound is vibration, and it's one of the most wonderful, beautiful, and pure ways to cleanse energy, and highly effective as well. I used to sage all the time, and sage, as you know, is a wonderful way to cleanse, especially negative energies out of the air. Sound energy doesn't just cleanse negative energies. What it does is it rebalances the energy. So instead of just cleansing, it just harmonizes. And I think I'm just big on harmony. So I love the sound cleansing. Plus, when I was saging all the time last year, I was getting throat infections and ear, nose, and throat infections all the time because there was so much smoke. I mean, because like I read cards every day, so I was just getting too much. So sound cleansing is a beautiful alternative if smoke inhalation really affects you or impacts you. Just to let you guys know. Okay, so today is a very good day. Today is a beautiful day. Let's see what advice we can come up with today to help you guys along your way. I do an 11 card spread. I read it almost like a grand tableau from Lenormand, even though these are not Lenormand cards. These are traditional tarot. But it is very much a configuration like the Lenormand grand tableau, in that it is like a storybook for me that I read from left to right. I see which cards come out, try to put them in the relative place where they've come out. Now, it is a base of an 11 card spread. If more than 11 cards come out, that's what has to be out. But it is the base of an 11 card spread. Okay. We start off with actually a lot of information. Maybe bad career advice, being with people that you don't like, trying to find connection, perhaps where there isn't. This also could have been the commentary on a connection, a love connection that yielded a unexpected pregnancy. That yielded that it's almost, in some ways, this is a story of a turn of events, an unexpected and unwelcome turn of events that led to something that was harmonious and beautiful. So these are your first three cards that come out. We have the Three of Cups in reverse, which is basically unexpected, unwanted news, unwanted company. And of course, that could also translate to an unexpected pregnancy, which of course could lead to something beautiful. It doesn't mean that the baby inevitably is unwanted, but it is definitely like a visitor that you did not expect. And then we have the Page of Wands, which could be bad news, loss of a job, loss of a career opportunity, or basically just like picking the wrong people. And we got this energy last time where you were sort of picked over, never found the right tribe or the right clan. And then we have this, which is the Two of Cups, which is beautiful connection, and it is a connection between two people who are friends. So in the midst of all this craziness, there could have been some friendship that arose, some connection that happened that was unexpected, unimaginable maybe at the time, but certainly it ended up being almost like a soulmate relationship. Now, Ace of Pentacles is here, where this is divine opportunity. It is financial prosperity and abundance, but it's also a time, I call this my Camelot card, because it is a time of peace and of happiness. Usually also a great deal of financial wealth, which is really interesting. It's almost like something that you didn't want to do is leading to abundance. And then we have financial stability, a completion of a cycle, finally reaching a point where you're happy and stable. The house is the one that you want to have. There's money in the banking account, and certainly the relationships inside the home are extremely wonderful as well. And then we have Nine of Pentacles, which is feeling like you can handle and control what the world puts at you. You have stability, you have 3D stabilities, which is tangible resources, but you also have a connection to spirit. And then you doing work that you absolutely adore. It occupies your mind in the most positive ways. You vibrate high. This could also be educating yourself, going back to school. Seven of Pentacles is here. And this is your central energy, which is planting the seeds. But I have to say this, it's interesting. There's a regression here. There's a regression. So let's see where we go. All these pentacles came out regressed. So, but not in reverse, but not reverse. So this is opportunity. This is really interesting. It almost feels like a lost opportunity, but there was one connection that you made that stood out. And there is this sense of it coming back somehow. We're going to keep going. The Hierophant, which is the first major arcana that's come out, is here. Of course, this is Taurus energy, and we know the moon is in Taurus. But this is maintaining the status quo, dealing with institutions, also school. Opportunity to go back to school, opportunity to be in school, opportunity to study. Maybe this is going back to school, finishing out an education because something interrupted it. Something that you were interested in, something that you did like. But this is also this sense of marriage. So this could tell the story of two people getting together. Maybe even after, I'm sorry, there was a lash in my eye, I apologize. Maybe after being separated somehow. But we'll get into that. Marriage. Could be marriage. Oh, this is the Emperor here, which is divine masculine energy. This is Aries. Now remember what's happening with Aries. Aries on September 9th. Mars is in Aries, and of course it's the natural ruler of Aries. but it is going into retrograde, and we've talked about that. So there is a sense of, oh, somebody coming back. Oh, and this is the Emperor and the Empress sitting together right after the Hierophant. This is the divine masculine and the divine feminine coming back together, and it could be coming back together for a combined or committed purpose. There's some sort of almost like ill-fated events that brought you together. Maybe you were both unhappy with the circumstances or the situation, but there was this sort of light that connected the two of you, or maybe just even kept you in each other's vicinity or mind. And it's almost like there's this step-by-step process of it coming back around. But I'm going to, of course, oh, this is interesting. We have the Magician and the High Priestess. You know, it's like we've gone from minor arcana, an ill-fated situation, being surrounded by people that you did not really like or did not want, or having to take jobs that you were not happy with, but meeting one person. Now, of course, this is the Two of Cups, so it implies romance. And what more than implies romance is the presence of the divine feminine and divine masculine, the Emperor and the Empress. And then, of course, we have the spiritual divinities that are the Priestess and the Magician. So, and we have the Hierophant too. Oh my God. So there has been a lot of spiritual push to bring the two of you back together. There was a marriage that needed to happen, a marriage that was fated to happen. I'm saying marriage in air quotes because marriage can represent what? The coming together of two families, the coming together of two factions, the coming together of two mindsets, right? Who just gave Sarah, you're beautiful, and Catalina D. First of all, I love the name Catalina, and you freaking rock. So thank you so much, Catalina, for your donation. And Sarah, I love you so much, girl. Thank you, Sarah. And thank you, Catalina, for supporting the channel. You are blessings. So God bless you, and thank you. And 222 just popped up. Let's talk about this because there's so much synchronicity happening here when it comes to two coming together. You know, it is like, and with these two cards, 100%, there is this almost like a stamp that says, yes, the divine is bringing the two of you together. The divine is bringing these two factions together. The divine is making this happen. It's bringing it together. It's bringing you together. This is a sense of balance coming back in, a sense of your power, your spiritual connection to eternity, to the divine. And then it's like helping you manifest what you have, work with what you have, look at what you have, do things and make things happen, make things come from them, finding that spiritual balance and then conducting it into 3D manifestation. There is a coming together of the divine feminine, divine masculine, the sense of balancing out of the divine feminine, divine masculine. And I know that Mercury stop. Hold on. Let me go back. I don't want to mess this up. So two things happened over this weekend. Mercury entered Libra and Venus entered Leo. Interesting fluctuation here because a Mercury in Libra is very happy, very sure of itself, very confident of itself, and looks to always find equilibrium and balance, learn from each other, understand each other, but also be think diplomacy. And then we have, which is talking to each other and understanding each other's perspectives. So it could be mind broadening, mind expanding, because remember, Mercury isn't just speaking communication, it's communications as in learning as well and sharing thoughts and ideas. And then we have Venus entering Leo, which is Venus entered Leo when the moon entered Taurus, which is a very strong position for the divine feminine to be in. Because like I said, you see my dream catcher back there? Love it. And my Marty, my pound puppy on my bed. I've had that pound puppy since I was 9. Just saying. My brother and sister bought it for me. It has one eye and it's ripped to shreds, but I still have it. Um, there is that sense of the moon being exalted now and Venus just entering Leo, which can make her very demanding, exacting, and like Venus in Leo, I know because my Venus is in Leo. The key to Venus in Leo is attention. Give this girl attention. If you give Venus attention when she is in Leo, that is the way to show her that she is loved, that she is cared for. So what this is telling me is there's a sense of illumination and paying attention. So finally getting attention where you lacked it. Now, does that mean romance? It doesn't have to. And romance also doesn't necessarily have to mean relationship between a man and a woman. Romance could just be what you are in love with, what inspires your heart. So this is a general reading, and I do like to keep it general so that many people can understand it or relate to it. But it's not just general energy in that romance is that feeling of heightened sensation and optimism within ourselves, radiating out, feeling connected. Now, of course, that happens when we are falling in love, but we can fall in love with what we do. We can fall in love with who we are. So this connection is definitely two factions that have been dissonant, not really listening to each other. But while the moon is in Taurus, exalted, and Venus goes into Leo where she knows herself and she's strong. And she, she has this wonderful sense because Venus can be a little bit catty in different signs. But in Leo, it's not catty in Leo. Get it? No. Let's rewind. It's not catty at all. In Leo, it is extremely loyal. Okay, so that love is extremely loyal. It demands attention, it demands respect, and it radiates beauty. But God darn it, it is loyal. And it's like if you are good to Venus when she's in Leo, she will be good to you for your whole life. So there is this wonderful sense of the stage being set for magic to happen. Magic in terms of two people that were supposed to come together coming together, bringing people together, things coming together, and divinely guided, because these two bad mama jammas would not have come out together if there wasn't all around orchestration of this stuff happening for a reason, because it was divine, because it was because it was purposely positioned that way. We are in Virgo season, and Virgo likes to get shit done. And I'm not surprised that everything seems to be falling into place in Virgo, because Virgo does set a bit of order to everything that it puts in that comes in its wake. And it does that to help. It does that to nurture. It does that to grow things. What's very interesting is about this. This is where we started out, not be like really being, I would say, discontent with who's around us, not welcoming, not working jobs that we liked, really feeling like you're in the wrong place. That's the best way to describe it. And then this interesting sense of, it's almost like two lovers were in the wrong place. Two people that are supposed to be together were in the wrong place. And I don't know how else to say it except that it's almost like one was able to they were in the wrong place. But you have Ace of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. I think that this is more just showing that the divine has to go back, and in some ways go back on itself to get back to that point where things went wrong. There's going to be a repeat, if you will. There's going to be a rewind. Let's do that again because we didn't get that right. Almost like a Groundhog Day. Groundhog Day? How Bill Murray couldn't get the fuck out of that day until he did it right. And it's like he had to figure out all the things that he'd done wrong. And it kept replaying and replaying and replaying until he did it right. And this is Groundhog Day, people. This is it. This is as if the divine is saying, we got to reset because things have really been done incorrectly here. And part of it was on us, things not being in sync. So we're going to reset, we're going to rewind to go back in order to do this correctly, get things in balance. Because when you see, it's like the divine status quo has to be put back into balance. There has been some heinous disproportion between the divine feminine and the divine masculine. And there is this sense of understanding and knowledge that has to, this is psychically, subconsciously getting rebalanced, like a subconscious understanding. And then this is a definite conscious understanding of our divine rights and our divine, not rights, but our divine abilities, and tapping into the unknown and the strength and the power of this unknown, which is very known if you just follow your gut and your instincts and your intuition. Remember, Pisces, Neptune is still in Pisces, Mars is still in Aries, Saturn is still in Capricorn. There's a lot of planets that are in their home, which is really interesting, and all of them are in retrograde. It's almost like we've gone home to fix things. It's like returning home to make amends or make up for the mistakes that have been made. And I know that it's because Pluto is in Capricorn, and holy shit, has it been hard on us. It has been. Pluto is the great destroyer. He is the wrecking ball. And if institutions and things have been held up, he can't do much damage. But holy shit if they haven't been. And with everything in retrograde, there is that sense of, no, we've already acknowledged that there were so many things that have gone wrong. We've already acknowledged that we need to go back and look at things that we missed. And Pluto has just been wreaking havoc. And like this year of all years, it just came down really hard because everything was in alignment. It's almost like a consciousness in the metaconscious. We have fucked up. We have done things incorrectly, and Pluto's going to be there to bring everything down so that it actually helps. Like when Pluto comes in and wrecks things, you can see what's weak. You can see where you've been weak because, like I said, Pluto cannot wreck something that is strong, and it won't. But so many things have come down or gone down this year because it wasn't strong, right? And there's an acknowledgement of that, and also a retrospection in a lot of cases. In terms of Mars and Aries, how we get things done. How we get things done needs to be looked at, needs to be re-examined. How have we been going about it? How have we been using our energy? And we haven't been balanced. Clearly, the divine feminine has not been balanced with the divine masculine. She has been, in some ways, completely bulldozed. And so there's a retrospection to help us look at that. There has been a sense of this Saturn retrograding in Capricorn to take a look again about how we've been building our worldly institutions. Have we been doing it with morals and with ethics? Or have we just been so focused on the bottom dollar that it is, and Saturn is less concerned even with ethics than it is with quality. Have you been building shit and selling it for the top dollar? Well, guess what? Now Pluto's here and he's going to take that shit down. Because if it hasn't been built with quality, and it's almost like Saturn in retrospect being like, yeah, you're right. We haven't been building things with quality. We've been churning and burning to make the money, make the money, make the money. And that's all we've been focused on. And we have not been focused on quality. And what can I do? I got to throw my hands in the air. Pluto's here and he's going to find it out. And it's true. He found it all out. And then, of course, Neptune is retrograding in Pisces. And just that sense of cleaning out our psyche, cleaning out our psychic garbage, tearing down the veil so that things can't hide. Things can hide very well when Neptune is in Pisces, moving, going direct. Things can hide, like the sense of pulling the wool over somebody's eyes, pulling the dream. Think of Oz. Think of Oz as Pisces direct in Neptune. You know, that grand show, that beautiful world of a dream, right? But when it's in retrograde, it's like the curtain being pulled back and you seeing the man, not the wizard. You know, so it's almost like you can't really hide behind all your smoke and mirrors anymore. You know, so even what people normally would be able to use to, you know, throw wool, you know, disguise their behavior, it's not there. They don't have it. So there's just that sense of Pluto having his heyday, being like, wow, there's so much shit for me to knock down. I don't know what to do first. And I mean, he's still going. And considering Mars just went retrograde, now he's kind of wrecking the whole sense of how have we treated each other? Who are we with? Even our relationships in general, who have we chosen to be with? You know, how are we using our sexuality? Are we using it to dominate? Are we using it to procreate? Are we using it to oppress? Or are we using it to create? You know, there's all these questions that if you're using things correctly, you're fine. If you aren't, you're fucked. And I mean, it is what it is because we've already set these wheels in motion. But definitely getting back to the cards, there is that statement of, universally speaking, we have done a lot of fucking up. And these people who were supposed to come together, and I'm saying this looking at the Two of Cups, and they can be very symbolic and metaphoric of, maybe they're not people, maybe they're two factions, maybe they're two mindsets, maybe they're two countries. You know, this sense of definitely people that need to come together, need to connect, but need to actually be mature and have to go through a whole hell of a lot and sort of come back down to more of a sense of caring about each other, working for each other, looking out for each other, as opposed to, you know, just worrying about what we have ourselves. So that is a really kind of almost philosophical understanding about what's happening. Now, commentary, which I did not expect, but if you put it into practical terms, this is just that sense of finally, almost like if you have deserved something. If you have deserved something, and sort of been stuck in this loop of you're not around the people that you wanted, or the circumstances have always disappointed you. All of this cleaning out, all of this digging out, all of this regression is going to help bring up what was actually supposed to happen. So if you have felt off, if you have felt as if your world was always turned upside down somehow, this is a sense of it righting itself, readjusting, and that balance coming up to the surface. That's not to say that you haven't been through the ringer too, and I think all of us have. But it has been, what I'm saying, it has been for a wonderful purpose, to get us to reestablish our connection to spirit in what we do, you know, and to use our, this is the central energy, to use our resources wisely and help to nurture resources, help to grow them, and understand that it does take time. And this is using my 7 card. My 7 card, for of all the cards, this is one of the biggest timestamps for me because it represents 7. So 7 months, the 7th month of the year, July. It represents, could be 7 weeks, 7 years. 7 years is a life cycle. So a lot of studying, a lot of understanding what is right and what is righteous and what are the right things to do and how to do things the right way. This is almost like, these cards remind me of the book of Job. Why? Because Job had a great deal of 3D abundance, and what ended up happening was the devil, or Pluto, the great destroyer, comes and takes everything away from him to test his faith. And ultimately what happens is we find a Job that in the beginning was grateful and happy and was was praiseful and worshipful and loved God in every sense. And then once everything has been stripped of him, we find a Job that is still grateful and humble in the presence of God, and still grateful for the breath in his lungs. So we find that no matter how hard the wind blows or the storm crumbles or things really get, if you had real faith and real connection to the divine, you don't have to be Christian, you don't have to be any religion, but if you have had true faith and true connection to the divine, there is not anything that you cannot rebuild, and there is not anything that you cannot get done. And that is the truth, because there is no devil that can combat real faith. There is no great destroyer that can bring down a real, true, harmonious connection to the divine. If you feel it in you and you know it's in you, there is no way that can be put, that anything, that it has any power over you. It's almost like, ultimately, I keep saying it because it was such a profound moment in film, in a very silly child film, but Labyrinth, that final scene where she looks at the Goblin King, who could be associated for the devil, a great manipulator, a dream caster, an illusion maker. She looks at him and says, "You have no power over me. You have no power over me. You only have the power that I give to you." Right? And there is that sense of reconnecting with the divine, putting back the divine balance and the divine harmony. Like literally, the status quo has been affected by this maladjustment or malignant relationship between these two. To put these two together and bring these two together in harmony is to rebalance and bring back an ethical, moral, stable status quo, a stabilizer. So there is this wonderful, beautiful aspecting going on right now, with all the planets, that is realigning things for us, readjusting things for us, because things really did get out of hand. They really, really did. I want to go into the Lemuria deck. This has become one of my favorite decks. Let me show you the oh no, it's under here. I can't show you. These are the cards. I can't show you the deck. I can show you what the deck looks like, but I can't show you the box. It's by Izzy Ivy. Shout out to Izzy Ivy. This is a fucking phenomenal deck, and it's published by Blue Angel Publishing. Shout out to Blue Angel Publishing. I have a deck that I'd like you to publish. There is this wonderful world here in this deck, and what a beautiful artwork that's been done by Izzy Ivy. Root chakra, ground and center. Ooh, that is like really, really intense vibration. Root chakra is, of course, at your root, at your seat, deep, like underneath you. It's where our strength comes from. It's also a message to ground, a grounding message of getting back to nature, getting back to the core, getting back to what stabilizes you. But it's connection that stabilizes us. You understand? It's like the roots are connected to the ground. That's why they're stable. They're in there really deep. They're touching it. So this is a sort of a reassociation, in a sense, reassociating yourself with what stabilizes you, what grounds you, and allowing yourself to feel the peace that comes with it. Awakened awareness. This is an intense energy of looking inward, introspectiveness, to see what's going on, to see what's wrong, to see what's balanced, to see those demons that live inside, to basically root them out, not root them out, but recognize them, own them. This is really that investigatory kind of energy that I was talking about before, this sense of knowing, wanting to understand, wanting to know the root of something, what caused something, and what we can do about it. And then we have soul star chakra merging with the divine. Interesting how you have that rooting, that getting real, that seeing things clearly, also then rooted being balanced by connecting with the divine, your soul connecting, that non-physical aspect making connection, internal explorer. This is some real major introspection going on here, a connection to the divine, allowing it to flow into you in order for you to look inside and be true to yourself, be honest with yourself. And then there's this sense of almost like looking at the beast in the eye, taking responsibility for what you see. There's a lot of introspection here. And then we have Earth Star Chakra initiation. Oh, wow. Ooh, so initiation. So I heard ignition, but that's not what it is. Initiation is is being allowed. You know, it is the being admitted. You know, finally being able to pass through those doors. And it's interesting how those doors seem to be internal and not external. But it's almost like the portal was internal, not external. The portal for you to get to the next level, that higher stage, that more harmonious stage, the place where you belong. That portal was an internal portal, not an external one. And that is almost mind-bogglingly humbling, quiet and powerful. That there is something inside of you right now that is the secret to you moving on, moving upward, moving forward, and your life exploding in positive ways. So there is that sense of your key and your portal. Hey, hi everybody. Your key and that portal is here. It's the key is to see. The key is that introspection, and the portal is inside. So it's to take a look inside of yourself, unlock that potential inside of you, unlock it, unleash it, but to know it well enough first so that it doesn't get out of control, so that it always remains connected to you, connected to the divine, and within your realm of responsibility and influence. Because we don't need more shit wreaking havoc. It's like, let's look inward, let's look at things and know things before we unleash things. But most certainly, you hold right now inside of you that entryway into a better way of living. Now, I don't know if it is just meditation, getting a spiritual sense of balance, or if it's an idea that you've been sitting on that's been locked away, that you have not been working on. You know, this is a sense of you need to get back to it, follow the divine, follow the inspiration, allow yourself to just trust in the inspiration, but unlock where it's trying to lead you. You know, allow that inspiration to flow through you. I see a lot of inspiration coming to a lot of people. I see a lot of great ideas, and please use them. Find the strength inside of yourself. There's a way to unlock this amazing truth that has to be manifested, is all I can say. Could be an artwork, could be a book, could be a message, could be whatever. It could be so many things, but there is a sense of a great creative, it's almost like a divine creative that's about to emerge, that's about to explode, that's about to finally be unveiled. But it had to come through somebody's almost like inner exploration, if that makes any sense. Let's look at some of these cards because I love them. I don't think I can show you this deck either. I'm using it. Take a breather, just laugh, talk to God. Let's start over here. Just laugh to clear the fog. Allow yourself back to joy. Allow yourself back. Laughter is a sound, right? Laughter is a vibration. And that was what we talked about when I first opened up this dialogue with you guys, was vibrations change the atmosphere. Laughter certainly changes the atmosphere. So bringing laughter, bringing funniness, using humor to readjust yourself, to realign yourself, to help yourself feel better again and clear out the confusion, clear out the dampness, or maybe even the loneliness and the isolation. There is somebody coming through the fog. There is happiness coming through the fog. There is partnership coming through the fog. It's almost like there was this partnership that was lost in the mist, and now the mist is clearing. Laughter is a key aspect to this. I don't know if that means entertainment, making somebody laugh, or just you yourself getting back, like relieving yourself with laughter, and then finally seeing, wow, like just the laughter itself clearing away the fog. Talk to God. Align with the stars just by sitting out there and acknowledging that they have a consciousness too. Talk to God. On every occasion that you can, connect with the divine. Even if it sounds silly and stupid, it is not. Because it's not so much your words as it is the vibrations that your words create that talk to the divine. Now take bite-sized steps, one step at a time. This is a sense of start with that awkward prayer. Maybe start with that prayer that you learned when you were a little kid. Maybe just say hi for a couple of days, but start little by little in speaking once again to the divine, which is also a sense of talking to yourself. And then last but not least, take a breather. This is about getting released from that work that you hate. This is about taking a break and at least recognizing in your head that you don't have to slave your whole life, and you don't have to do a job that you hate, and you don't have to work a job that you hate, and you do have to work hard. But this is a sense of allowing yourself to know that there's something better for you to be doing. Hey Tina, hey Tina. You're welcome. I appreciate your comment. Sometimes I see your comment, sometimes I don't. Yeah, definitely rewind later. It'll be up forever. This is a sense of allow yourself some time for you to know what you want, to understand what you want, to not be afraid of just being, because that's what they're doing. First of all, they're grounded, they're connected with the earth, and second of all, they're just being. They're just being quiet. They're not being forced. They're not being pressured. They're just being. They're just breathing. They're just appreciating the divine, which is in everything around you. It's so easy to connect to the divine because the divine is right inside of you. It's also all around you in everything that you see or interact with. So there is this sense of it's never far away. So connecting with the divine, this isn't laziness. This is a huge step of almost that you need to have in the fact that you're doing the right thing when you take a break. When you take a break from the craziness that distracts you from this all around you, the beauty that is all around you, the truth that is all around you, like that little leaf of ash that fell right in front of me yesterday. You know, if I hadn't been at the beach just allowing myself to be, I wouldn't have realized that profound intensity of that moment, to see this perfect, beautiful leaf in ash. It was almost like in its death, the remembrance of it. It was an ending with an, it's almost like it was the ending with an echo of the beginning. That's what it was. Of something so little and small and new. An ending with an echo of the beginning. So it was, I want to say tragic, but there wasn't tragedy in it. There was a great strength and power in it, in that it had somehow maintained its shape even after it had been burned. And then it just dissolved into everything else. It was really interesting. We're going into angel messages now, because this is the perfect time for them. These cards have a voice that is, to be quite honest with you, humbling. I love these cards so much. And it's almost like they listen. We have 4 cards that have popped out. And interesting that one of them is Archangel Gabriel. And you know that Gabriel's always pictured with a horn, because Gabriel and music are so intimately connected. Gabriel is all about harmony and using sound to balance out vibration. Let's start out with the card that popped out first, because I think it's the most important: wisdom. Everything has a place and a purpose. To be wise is to have great love, tolerance, and compassion for things. You know, it's like I looked at that little leaf, and it's like there was so much it could teach me, even in its frail form of ash. There was also that sense of maintaining a form of its consciousness even after it had left. There was also a sense of, now it's over, being cleared out. What ends up in its place? And it's almost like part of what ends up in its place is my choice. It's my choice what comes after shit hits the fan. Archangel Gabriel, you will soon receive some positive news. The channels for clear and honest communication are now open. Keep an open heart and speak your truth lovingly without fear. Whoa. Clarity. Close your eyes for a moment. Breathe in the blue of the sky. Feel a gentle breeze flow through you. There is peace. There is clarity. A magical healing has just taken place. A gift from your guardian angel, which right now is Gabriel, telling us that you will soon receive some positive news. Healing angel, at this very moment you are being bathed in gold, pink, and deep green light. Accepting this healing. Accept this healing. We, your angels, surround you with wings of love. You are eternally free, eternally fresh, and eternally abundant. A great cleansing is coming to you. What was denied to you is being laid to dust. A great miraculous influx of abundance is coming to you. That's what I know. It's what I'm certain of. And I will leave you guys with that, because what a wonderful note to end on. I will see you for tomorrow's daily on Instagram. Please join me, born_without_boundaries. Amber, I hope you're still on. Please do text me with that information that you have. I'm also going to go searching through Facebook. I'd love to drop the water off today. Special announcement, I'll be doing once or twice a month now. I will be doing a new video segment for fun, more fun videos, pick a card videos that are designed for two reasons: to help to grow the channel, because they do tend to be very popular on YouTube, and also to be a little bit more lighthearted and playful with the possibilities of with what tarot and oracle and intuitive healing can do, to bring a little bit more playfulness, excitement, adventure, fun, to give you those options. Everything else will remain the same. The week aheads, you can expect Scorpio, Capricorn. You can expect Scorpio. My release schedule has changed, so it's definitely going to be Scorpio. Sagittarius and Libra are coming out tomorrow. It's more going to be readjusted toward the actual zodiac. And then on Wednesday, we will have Capricorn. And then Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces coming out. And then we'll start it up again with, I believe, Gemini, Aries, and Taurus. And then Cancer, Leo, and Virgo. So just so that you know that there has been that release change, do expect Scorpio tomorrow, along with Sagittarius and Libra, as well as that new release of that video, that I'm going to be working on. I will announce it as I go. But also, I think next Monday, instead of on this coming Saturday, because Saturday's a hard time to get you guys on, it's wonderful to have as many viewers as possible interacting. But I am going to do moon messages then next Monday. Release them, messages from the moon, what the energy of the moon wants to tell you in celebration of the full moon in Virgo. But messages from the moon can be looked at any time, really. So we're going to do that on Monday. Monday's daily then at 9 a.m. on Monday. 9 a.m. PCT time, right? Next Monday, instead of just the daily, what we're going to be doing is that full zodiac spread. Full, usually 2.5 hour zodiac spread of messages from the moon for each zodiac sign. Okay, so we'll be doing that on Monday, not this Saturday. However, this Saturday, what may be released is that really fun, playful video, the pick a card that I'm working on. I actually can't wait. So that's an FYI. Thank you all for joining me today. Thank you, Sarah and Catalina, for your very generous contributions to the channel. God bless you. And I will see you guys tomorrow on Instagram. Bye.